Greetings everyone, my name is Adrian Jones and today I will be giving you a presentation on the concept of debugging in the C++ programming language. To start off, I would like to give a simple definition. What is it? In computers, debugging is the process of locating and fixing bugs, which computer scientists refer to as errors in computer program code or the engineering of a hardware device. Debugging a program means to find an error in a program, locate its source, and then fix it. A user of a program that does not know how to fix the problem may learn enough about the problem to be able to avoid it until it is permanently fixed. When someone says they debugged the program or worked the bugs out of a program, they imply that they have fixed it so that the bugs no longer exist. Debugging is a necessary process in almost any new software or hardware development process, whether a commercial product or an enterprise or personal application program. Why is it useful? Simply put, debugging is used to make a program completely flawless so it will run. Debugging is used to make sure that there are no errors existing in a program, whether they are syntactical or logical. One of the biggest shortcomings of debugging is known as the quick fix. Beware of the quick fix. Program bugs are often used in groups. When a bug is found, you should not be too quick to fix it and run your program again. It is often that fixing one bug will generate another. An unintelligent guess about the cause of a program error usually does not produce a complete solution. In general, time devoted to considering all ramifications of the changes you are making is well spent. Now I would like to give a real-world example of the concept of debugging. Here's one of the most efficient cars on the market. It is the 2011 Toyota Camry. When you try to crank a car up, most of the time it will crank up and run properly. Sometimes there will be some issues with the car. Sometimes there will not be enough gas in the car. Sometimes you may need to change the oil, or even worse, the engine may be broken. There are many other complex problems about a car that many don't know about. So they take the car to a mechanic, and the car represents the problem or the program in this situation. The mechanic will represent the debugging, the process of debugging. The mechanic will locate the problem within the car, fix it, and then check to make sure that the car is working properly. Once the car is working effectively, the process of debugging has been thoroughly completed due to the fact that the mechanic has fixed the error and now the car runs smoothly. Now let's look at a coding example of the concept of debugging. Here is a very basic C++ program. It simply asks the user to input their name and it will display the user's name on the screen. However, when this program runs, there will be a syntax error within this program. The syntax error is that there was an undeclared identifier. In this program, in a previous program, the undeclared identifier was integer name. Now that the integer name has been properly declared and identified, the program will run properly. We debugged the problem by figuring out what was the problem, and when the program was run, there was an undeclared identifier. Now that the identifier has been declared, the program will run properly and the user will properly be allowed to enter and display their name on the screen. A good way to remember the concept of debugging is that once you run a program, it will either run or it won't. Or even if it does run, there may be a logical error within the running of the program. So in order to make sure that you remember the concept of debugging, you will always have to do so if there is an error, whether it is syntax or a logical error. Because if the program does not run effectively, there is obvious that there is some error and that you need to go back and carefully debug the program so that it runs effectively. This concludes my presentation on the concept of debugging, and there will be more to come. Thank you.